Do you know Robert Kiyosaki? He's a man who did the impossible and fulfilled his dream of becoming rich in a world that usually keeps everyone in financial chains. I learned all of Robert Kiyosaki's articles, interviews, and books to expose his most important advice, which could actually change your financial future. And that's not all. By the end of this video, you will also know the wrong mindset most people have when it comes to money, according to Robert Kiyosaki, so you can ensure your mindset will not fail you in the long run. I'm Barack from the Coin Compass, and it's time to dive into the brilliant mind of Robert Kiyosaki. Most of us grew up hearing the same advice. Go to school, get good grades, get a stable job, and save as much as you can. Sounds simple, right? But what if I told you that this advice actually hurts your financial success? Let's take a look at Robert Kiyosaki's life. Robert had two fathers, his own dad, Poor Dad, who followed the traditional path, and his friend's dad, Rich Dad, who didn't. While Robert's poor dad worked hard and saved money, he was always stressed about finances. At the same time, Rich Dad was building wealth with businesses and investments, not a paycheck. This made Robert see that a job alone wouldn't lead to financial freedom. He learned that saving money is important, but if it's just sitting in a bank, it will not grow. Robert realized he needed to make his money work for him through assets and investments, not just hard work. So, if you're only following the go to school, get a job, save money advice, you might be limiting yourself. Robert discovered that real financial freedom comes from creating wealth, not just earning it. Now let me ask you a question. What's the real difference between rich and poor people? You are probably thinking right now that the answer is money, but Robert Kiyosaki believes the answer is people's mindset. When growing up, Robert saw two different ways of thinking. His poor dad believed money was scary and risky. He always said things like, "We can't afford that," or "Money doesn't grow on trees." He focused on saving every penny, afraid of losing the little he had. On the other hand, Robert's rich dad had a totally different mindset. He believed in creating wealth, not just earning it. Instead of saying, "I can't afford it," he would ask, "How can I afford it?" He saw money as a tool to make more money, not something to hold forever in your bank account. This way of thinking changed everything for Robert. He understood that a poor mindset keeps you focused on what you can't do, while a rich mindset looks for opportunities. It's not about how much money you have, it's about how you think about money. So, if you want to build wealth, start by changing the way you see money. Okay guys, here's something Robert Kiyosaki believes in that most people would think is completely crazy. Robert believes that looking poor can actually make you rich. He learned this when he saw friends buying flashy cars, expensive clothes, and big houses just to show they made it. But his rich dad taught him a different lesson. Real wealth doesn't need to be flashy. In fact, the richest people are often the ones who look the most ordinary. By looking poor or living below your means, you can save and invest more. Instead of spending on things to impress others, you're quietly building a foundation for financial freedom. Kiyosaki realized that true wealth is about having control over your money, not about showing it off to everyone. So the next time you're tempted to buy something just to look rich, remember that real wealth is silent. Now listen to this. According to Robert Kiyosaki, the biggest secret to becoming rich is not a fancy investment or a hidden strategy, it's time. Kiyosaki learned this lesson the hard way. Growing up, he saw friends who worked hard, but only thought about money when it became a problem. Meanwhile, his rich dad encouraged him to start learning about money as early as possible. Kiyosaki realized that time can be your greatest asset if you use it smartly. The earlier you start building wealth, even with small amounts, the more it grows. This is the magic of compound interest. Every dollar you save or invest today has the potential to grow and multiply over time. Kiyosaki often says that waiting is the biggest mistake people make because it gives up the one thing they can't get back: time. Don't wait for the right moment to start building wealth. Start now, no matter how small. Now that you know how important it is to start investing early, here are 8 assets that Kiyosaki believes could lead you to financial freedom. These assets are not complicated. Anyone can start building them, so here they are. Businesses. Build or invest in businesses that run with or without you. Real estate. Properties that bring in rental income and appreciate over time. Paper assets, stocks, bonds, and other financial securities. Commodities. Physical things like gold, silver, or oil. Intellectual property. Books, music, or ideas that can be sold or licensed. Network marketing, building teams and earning passive income from sales. Royalties, income from things like patents or creative works. Digital assets, websites, online stores, YouTube channels, or digital content that generates income. But what if I told you that investing in these assets is not enough to succeed? You see, according to Robert Kiyosaki, purpose is the most important element. When Kiyosaki started out, his goal wasn't just to get rich. He wanted to help people understand money. His rich dad taught him that the happiest people aren't just chasing paychecks, They're driven by a mission that gives their life meaning. For Kiyosaki, that mission was financial education. Building a purpose-driven life means finding what really matters to you and working toward it. Money can make life easier, but purpose makes it worth living. Kiyosaki believes that when you work for something bigger than yourself, you're more motivated, resilient, and, ironically, more likely to become financially successful. So ask yourself, what's my mission? Maybe it's helping others, creating something new, or other things. Kiyosaki says that money without purpose is empty. True wealth is building a life that matters, to you and to others. So find your why and let it lead the way. I hope you gained value from this video. Subscribe to the Coin Compass so you don't miss the next one. And now that you know Robert Kiyosaki's best advice, you must avoid buying a few bad things, so Warren Buffett will not call you poor. Watch this video to find out what those things are.